This video covers Chapter 18, the Post-Dependency Reality. This chapter outlines a 20-year roadmap to autonomy, based on The Silent Creditor by Sam Prajnananda. First, what is Griot Wave Platform? It's a sovereign digital platform dedicated to creating, preserving, and distributing knowledge, music, and stories. We invite you to support our work by sharing, collaborating, or contributing to build independent knowledge systems. Reclaiming the credit involves recognizing that Africa has provided, quote, seed capital of raw atoms and labor for centuries. The goal is a 20-year engineering project to transition to a sovereign economic engine, moving from a resource-based to a value-based ecosystem, where the continent is the primary industrial forge. Building autonomy requires a disciplined, sequenced approach called the 3 phases of sovereign engineering. Phase 1 focuses on securing the atoms during years 1 to 7. Phase 2 involves mastering the value during years 8 to 14. Phase 3 is about dictating the capital during years 15 to 20. Phase 1, the foundation of atoms, covers years 1 to 7. The focus is on resource enclosure and energy baseload. We must secure physical assets as the baseline for future growth, as a digital economy cannot be built on a physical foundation that is not controlled. Phase 1 involves the launch of the Mineral Exporting Countries (MEC) cartel within 24 months. This includes the immediate implementation of the, quote, refinery mandate and the refusal to export raw lithium, cobalt, and rare earths. Phase 1 also covers energy surge and infrastructure trade. This means trading resource access for energy infrastructure using walkaway price leverage. Partners must build hydro, nuclear, and solar grids as a license prerequisite, capable of supporting local refining industries. Phase 1 includes monetary de-risking. This entails shifting national reserves into gold and local currency productive assets. The goal is to reduce dollar dependency by 30% through the PAPSS system and utilize intra-African payment systems for all internal trade. Phase 2, the mastery of value, occurs during years 8 to 14. The focus is on industrial depth and market integration, moving from processing raw materials to adding significant industrial value. Phase 2 emphasizes regional value chains. This means developing specialized industrial clusters via AFCFTA, such as textile and chemical hubs in the west, tech and assembly centers in the east, and advanced metallurgy and machinery in the southern region. Phase 2 introduces the architect curriculum, where an education revolution yields its first crop of graduates. The talent pool shifts from clerk roles toward founding African multinationals, allowing domestic firms to compete with global giants. Phase 2 also addresses lateral connectivity and logistics. This involves physically connecting pit-to-port rails into, quote, lateral networks, so the interior is more connected to itself than to the ocean, enabling efficient intracontinental trade. Phase 3, the global pivot, takes place during years 15 to 20. The focus moves from defending borders to defining the global standard. This includes establishing a hard asset-backed African central bank, making the continent a, quote, net creditor via sovereign wealth funds. Phase 3 highlights the demographic dividend. The 2050 youth bulge is anticipated to become the world's most productive labor force. Global pension funds will integrate fully for reliable yield, as investment follows the only source of growth in an aging world. Phase 3 marks the post-aid era. Foreign aid will be officially phased out, and relations will be governed by resource for technology treaties. The diplomatic standard will become market access reciprocity. A case study, the Botswana Plus model, scales the management of diamonds in Botswana to the whole continent. By forcing battery and motor manufacturing to the source, GDP triples due to the increased local value captured, not just the raw price. Hard truths involve navigating the interregnum, the dangerous gap between systems where global counterattacks are expected. This includes manufactured insurgencies to disrupt MEC refineries and resistance from local comprador to protect offshore lifestyles. The pain threshold and the social contract will be tested. The transition requires high capital expenditure and potential price rises. The social contract will face challenges from foreign-funded populist candidates, requiring a population committed to the long-term vision. In conclusion, a post-dependency Africa is a pivotal partner, not an isolated one. Contracts will be written in African capitals, and currency will be backed by hard resources or an African basket. Peace will be a, quote, sovereign service provided by Africans for Africans. Strategic action steps, roadmap to 2045, include a 20-year national accord for industrial policies that survive elections. It also requires a sovereign technology fund to buy intellectual property for processing, and an inter-African talent exchange program for engineers and innovators. Please like this video to help others find this content, subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never miss a deep dive, and share this with a friend or colleague. For further exploration of this topic, please refer to the recommended resources.